Welcome back to BT. That is a workout. I would never do that. Devo, Meredith, Sid here with you. Good to see you. All right. This kind of broke towards the end of yesterday's show. And didn't really see this one coming. A mugshot was released by the Sag Harbor Police Department of Justin Timberlake in handcuffs yesterday after he was arrested in the Hamptons the night before on suspicion of a DWI. He refused to take a breathalyzer test. This went viral, as you can understand, fairly quickly. That's a shot of him in handcuffs. Timberlake said he had one martini, but police said they could smell alcohol on his breath. The police officer, the other angle to this, was apparently so young. We're now at the point where he didn't recognize Justin Timberlake. The alleged exchange went like this. Justin, this is going to ruin the tour. Officer, what tour? Justin, the world tour. It kind of went like that. So,
and the memes were born.
Listen.
Yeah.
There was a lot of what goes around comes around.
Yeah.
There was a lot of, honestly.
Crimea River.
And there are a lot of countries where Britney Spears' track "Criminal" is now the #1 downloaded song on Apple. I'm serious.
Yeah.
On Apple Music.
Yeah.
It went. That's kind of where it went. We could take this a number of ways. We could talk about what this does professionally, short term to him. I mean, I just. The one thing I can't get over is get a damn driver, man.
Sid,
what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I don't know. That's the problem here. It's like there's this. I think the reason why, the meme of it all, and it really just took off yesterday, is because this is just not okay. He is a man of clear means. Sure, if you're going to party and have a good time, I mean, that's within your own right. And if you're struggling with it, that's hard, But gosh, you got to get somebody to drive you, sir. There's just arrogance there if you're going to hop behind the wheel. I don't care if you have one martini or, there were reports he was drinking other people's drinks. He was having a time. And you can have a time, but not at the expense of other people. And that's a very serious part of this conversation. So I think that's out of the way, potentially. And now we can get into some of the real pop culture of it all. Because this is a guy that went through it with Janet Jackson, that went through it with Britney Spears. And there's a lot of people kind of waiting for potentially a moment like this. And you saw the pile up yesterday. And, I can't say I was popping popcorn. I'm not quite at that level of human. But there is something to be had here, on a karmic level, potentially, if I'm speaking for some of those fan bases.
There have been people waiting for the fall of Timberlake, for sure.
100%.
Right? So there were people almost, again, and I'm glad you said, people could be struggling with alcohol, whatever, but getting behind the wheel after doing that is not forgivable in any way.
Can't do it.
Right? But people were celebrating this arrest because it's the fall of him. Look, man, you say you had one martini and then you refuse a breathalyzer. That speaks volumes, It really, really does. Those eyes also, bro, I've had one martini, my eyes didn't look like that. Unless you've been up for the last 48 hours, I don't know why your eyes were that bloodshot after one drink. So there's a lot of things.
It wasn't the worst mugshot I've ever seen in the world.
No, he was.
I'm not saying he.
No, yeah, I see it here.
If there's one thing.
I see what you're saying.
If there's one, I'm like, that's not.
But
we're not.
But the eyes.
We're not Nick Nolte here.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Yeah, we're not looking
He looks
like
TikTok famous in that.
Yes, he does look.
There's a weird solo album cover to it. Yeah.
Those eyes match the lips in the pinkness of it. So there's a lot of people that want to see him fail, and but the driver thing is the thing.
Blows my mind.
Yeah.
It
Leave
blows my
your
mind.
car.
Yeah.
And there are so many other ways to transport yourself to where you need to go. There's so many other possibilities. So.
But Sid, what does happen to this tour? World tour.
From what I heard, I think he's got dates in Chicago coming up this week. Like, it doesn't sound like right now things stop, is what I read.
Unless he gets convicted, but this will take some time.
Eventually, he'll have to be in court at some point.
Yeah.
Now, again, I mean, this is celebrities sometimes have things move a little quicker than most folks. So we'll see where this goes. But I'm pretty sure someone in their life in the Hamptons, in that part of Long Island, has called an Uber. I can't confirm this. Pretty darn sure. So from that aspect, zero sympathy. And whoever put out that perp walk photo of him in handcuffs walking out, that was someone had it in for Justin Timberlake yesterday, because I can guarantee in the Hamptons that probably doesn't happen much, and I'm sure someone's been arrested in that part of New York.
Yeah.
So let's just say I could just see Justin Timberlake. I have nothing to back this up, being a little belligerent in this police move, but again, that photo came out for a reason, I think. We'll have more on this if we get details here on Breakfast Television. Again, that broke towards the end of yesterday's show, and we got a lot more visuals than I expected as the day went on.
And for all of those, just like the police officer who didn't know who Justin Timberlake was, he was a very famous part of NSYNC.
Yes. Back.
May or may
boy
not have
band.
had a huge solo career. Maybe
Just
the
FYI.
world tour that he's on.
Back in the old days, kids.
Yeah.
It's like the Beatles, but different.
It's gotta be May. That's
More,
him.
Yeah,
more BT coming up after this.
It's that guy.
That guy.
It's the me.
It's
Some
gotta
of
be
the kids
May.
don't know, though.
They
Kids don't know.
including the officer.
Who's this old person in the car?
Who is this man?